A very good morning, guys. My name is Fabio and welcome back to the most beautiful day of the week. It is Monday and we're going to dive into the charts and see what is going to be happening with the major dollar pairs and of course gold. So we're going to start off with euro dollar, but before I dive in, a quick fundamental update that I want to give you guys, because last year the US government paid 1.1 trillion US dollars in interest on debt due to the federal fund rates rising to combat inflation whilst federal spending continued. Now in the next 6 months the United States has to pay back 7 trillion US dollars in debt, and if they do not, they will have to refinance. And refinancing at the current interest rates is going to be a disaster, and that is why the Trump administration does not want to refinance at a 4% rate, but they're pushing Powell, they're pushing the Fed to lower those interest rates, and that is for now, or has been, causing a weak US dollar. Okay, so this is extremely important to understand. If you want to learn more about this, go online and to ChatGPT and just ask him to explain it to you, but this is very crucial to understand why the dollar has been so weak over the past few weeks. Now, looking here at the EURUSD chart, guys, what we can see is that we're currently seeing somewhat of a bearish reaction over here today since the open to this daily area of supply and this internal liquidity high that we have there as well. So we're going to start on the weekly time frame, and obviously last week we saw a very strong weekly candle close which closed inside of this area of weekly supply. So this here is a weekly area of supply due to it being a buy before a very strong sell in towards the downside. Now we can see that the market is currently inside of that supply zone, and we're obviously after the biggest candle, guys, in a few years, are expecting to see a potential pullback play out. So I'm now looking at the daily time frame, and on the daily time frame we can obviously see that there is some sort of slowdown, right? We're seeing upside rejection, and today we've seen the market push down lower so far. Now what we need to understand is that if we want to see that pullback happen, we need to see a trend shift on the lower time frame, and that is currently what we're starting to see and starting to get an impression of. Because remember what I mentioned last week is that, okay, you have this overextended push in towards the upside. Now what you want to see is the ascending correction, which is signaling weakness and which will potentially push the market down lower. Because this for me is weak, because as you can see over here, we break the high, boom, straight away we retrace back down. So what I'm now looking at is to see, okay, at the moment this area of demand here is in control, and this should push the market up higher, okay? But if we break this low over here or break these lows, then we could start seeing a deeper correction, because then we have that market structure break. Preferably I would see one more push up higher again from this area of demand at the moment, because then we have a powerful 1, 2, and then third touch, which is also known as a matured ascending channel or wedge, and then see that potential sell-off. But in both instances, am I looking for a deeper correction before then looking for those upside continuation longs once again? Okay, so yes, we are interested in potential shorts. I would not personally want a long inside an area of supply and after taking that liquidity, so we want to see those shorts, but before shorts can play out, we need to see a break in the overall market structure. For now we're inside demand, so I'm not interested in shorts yet. I'm also not interested in longs due to us being that high in the leg. Yes, I might take a quick intraday trade here on the lower time frame. If I look at the 15-minute time frame, if we can break market structure again, break this area of supply, and after taking out kind of like the range low, yes, who knows, I will take a short-term short back up in towards these highs over here. But otherwise, let's keep an eye on those short positions if the 4-hour market structure breaks again. So going now into the dollar index. The dollar index is rebounding a little bit as we have now pushed all the way back down into what it seems a daily area of demand. Now obviously we've seen a very heavy overextended push in towards the downside, so yes, I am obviously favoring a potential pullback back up higher before looking for a downside continuation once again. So I'll be keeping an eye on the 4-hour fractal structure. For now, the 4-hour fractal structure is very simple. We can see that these overall imbalances over here are in control. Always take the 2 most recent imbalance candles, roll them from wick to wick, and as you can see, we tap in, and here again we're tapping in, and there's being some sell pressure. For now, this here is the 4-hour fractal high. If we break that blue line, then I'll have some more conviction that the overall pullback has started. Otherwise we could just sell off from this area of supply once again and then take out that low, which we have here on the daily time frame, which is this dotted line. Okay, so yes, we are still bearish on the dollar, but a pullback is definitely possible. A pullback will potentially happen when we get that 4-hour change of character. For myself, the overall target on the higher time frame is still further down here on the dollar index. What is interesting to see is that where we are currently stopping, because we're currently stalling at the 0.5 0.5 fib retracement level. As you can see over here, again, the 0.5 is acting as a natural area of support and resistance, so it wouldn't be strange for the dollar to give it a bounce, which could cause that Euro USD further downside for the short term. Now going into AUDUSD, AUDUSD itself is pushing up higher since this morning. I am still interested in this to push up further in towards the highs. My target is still to take out this high over here. Again, as I mentioned last week, a lot of people looking for shorts inside of this supply zone. I want to trade with the overall higher time frame narrative, which is to push it up higher and trade in line with the weekly instead of with the daily. So I'm looking still for that further upside here on Aussie dollar. For myself, a very straightforward setup overall. We took out the liquidity underneath this low. The weekly time frame had a internal market structure shift. This is now the low here, this is now the high here. We saw a deep retracement and we're looking for that upside continuation. And how you enter on the lower time frame is all up to you. But what I'm personally looking at is for it to kind of break this order block here on the 4-hour time frame. This is now the 4-hour order block that is in control. If we are able to break that and see some upside momentum, or just simply get some order flow into it without a real reaction inside of that supply zone, then I'll be looking to trade it to this high over here, which for me needs to be taken out, as that is where liquidity lies. Okay, as simple as that. Going into GBPUSD, GU is a very similar pair to euro dollar at the moment, where we need to wait a little bit. Obviously, I'm not looking for longs after this massive move already. I would want to see a little bit of a deeper correction before looking for further upside once again. For now, we are inside daily supply. We are also inside weekly supplies. We have a weekly imbalance candle over here. We've seen a very strong weekly candlestick, so it wouldn't be strange to see a little bit of a deeper correction, even if it's just kind of like into this dotted line over here, and you view this as the entire sell before the buy up. So still looking for some short term for the downside. So the daily time frame is inside supply. 4-hour time frame, what do we need from there? Well, we need very similar to euro dollar. We need it to break market structure. So what we need here is these imbalance candles to stop holding. This is currently your area of demand. So this is the consolidation which caused the push up. So if you want to look for shorts, wait for that to break, and then you could look at a short-term correction in towards the downside on GBPUSD. As simple as that. Going into NZDUSD, NZDUSD itself here is pushing up higher as we have wanted from last week. So NZDUSD looks a little bit more bullish than Aussie dollar for now, but what I am looking at, very simply said, is still for the upside. So I'm still I'm still of the opinion that the weekly time frame is going to prevail, and that we're going to follow the weekly fractal structure to take out these free descending highs over here. So looking for that further upside push in towards weekly supply, and then from there maybe a pullback, or obviously just follow the overall daily fractal structure up higher. But for now, for me, the weekly fractal structure is bullish from this low in towards this high over here. We made a nice retracement, and we're now just looking for upside continuation. Also, again, look at the higher time frame, the monthly. We're at a key level of support, so I'm still of the opinion that we should push up higher, at least into this monthly imbalance candle, which we have positioned over here. So definitely still looking for that further upside. Again, a lot of people are getting trapped into shorts, in my opinion, on this buy before the sell over here, where they are of the opinion that that was a market structure break, and that they're now looking to go short here on the Fibonacci retracement levels. But for myself, I'm looking for further upside to take out those highs, as I've been calling all week and month long. Going into gold, last of all, on gold, we have a very choppy price action overall. If you look at the daily, also looking at the 4-hour time frame, gold is currently stuck. So yeah, don't really at me about gold, because at the moment it's just stuck in a range. There's no trading it, so stay away from this area of consolidation until it breaks out. Once it breaks out up, or if it breaks down, then we'll have a potential entry possibility. But currently gold is waiting for some fundamental updates, which I will drop inside Discord. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic trading day. If you have any questions, make sure to join the Discord server, link in the description down below, and I'll see you there.